And good day, everyone. This is Mr. Kassarian, and we are flying to Minmus. Now, let me catch you up on what I've already done. So, we have already... what I did was I launched to a 78-kilometer orbit. I then created a maneuver node to both, at the same time, to save Delta V, sync my inclination to Minmus, because remember, Minmus is on an inclined orbit, and created a nice rendezvous as well that puts me on what should be a halfway decent return trajectory. Not the most fantastic return trajectory I've ever created, but a decent one nonetheless. So, which will minimize the delta V we need to actually get back home. So we've just created a little maneuver node, 9 days in the future, and we're going to time warp ahead to it. Delete that alarm, thank you. And we are now in Minmus orbit. Let's do a crew report, keep the data, and we're going to do an EVA report while we're out here too. EVA report, keep the data. Board. Alright, so now let's move things around so we can actually see the buttons. Review stored data. EVA report. Transmit. Review report. Crew report. Transmit. There's no loss for those, so there's really no reason not to transmit them. So yes, those have successfully transmitted. Now, we're going to have to figure out our landing site. So let's first add a maneuver. Yeah, it's close enough. And let's flip onto our node. Just like so. Walk in. And we're going to, it's 2 hours in the future. Let's add a, say, 15-second margin. So we're going to add it at 0 minutes and 15 seconds. And we're going to, we're going to accelerate off to that. Awesome. All right, delete the node. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oops. Of course, we blew past our maneuver node, but that shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, that's close enough. Kill that node, and we are now in orbit. Beautiful. Now, I have a bunch of fuel in this stage, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my maneuver planner, and I'm going to change my apoapse down to 47. Actually, apoapse at 20. Okay, altitude of the burn, alright. So let's change it to 48. Why not? We're going to execute, and we're going to let MechJeb take care of this. All right. Actually, there's an easier way to do this. Cancel the node. Right. Create that and execute it. Oh, okay. If I stop derping. At next Apple apps, create and execute. There we go. Let's check our orbit info. Periapse of 20 should keep us above the surface nicely. Fine. 21. Create and execute. Thank you. Alright, so just what we're doing is we're kind of working our way downwards. Just kind of checking out what my science data is up here. So we're high over Minmus right now. Well, that's okay. And of course we overshot the turn a little bit, but that's alright. So yes, this is what we are doing. It's very, very similar to a lunar landing. There we go. I forgot to actually execute the next node. I think I just created the maneuver point. And I am letting Lecture do this because, you know, it frees my brain power to actually talk to you guys and figure out what I'm going to be doing next. And the reason I'm actually wasting the fuel to do this is because I don't need to... I have plenty of fuel. Alright? I have more than enough fuel to pull this off. So I can do all of my orbital maneuvering, well, in orbit, and not really have to worry about, you know, what exactly I'm doing in terms of the fuel on my lander. Though, if we check my delta V stats, I have about 2,000, let's say, delta V to go through, which should be more than enough even for me to land with. And as you guys know, I'm a bit touchy on that landing. Ooh. Let me just make sure I remember where the... Ooh, crew report. Transmit that. Temperature scan. We'll keep the data. And... we'll probably do just a couple orbits up here. Just for the sake of it. What does TAC say? Oh, I have plenty. Seconds, minutes, hours. I have 38 days up here. Okay, that's more than fine. More than fine. That bloop 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 sound you're hearing, by the way, that's telling me that I have reports available. So let's do a new view report. We'll board. We will review the data. Transmit. And yes, this is actually, I'm not cheating or anything. This is how, one of the easiest ways to do this. Come on, get the lander can. View the data, transmit. Now, I have one more mystery goo can, but I don't want to use it until I actually land on the planet. Because, yeah. So now what let's do is let's go back to the Space Center. Now we have those guys up there. And let's see if I have any data on Minmus' surface. I don't actually think I do in this Let's Play. Kerbal, Minmus. No. Okay. I have no data on actual landings. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. So we can close this out then. What do I have? How much science do I have? 312 just from doing that. Nice. Nice. Okay. So I could get nuclear propulsion, and I could get all the stuff I've been wanting, including the landing, the advanced landing, which is nice because it has the bigger landing legs. There's so much stuff. I want all of it. I want all of it. All of it. I just want all the stuff in this tree. That's the problem. I want that, and I want that, and I want everything. Just everything. Okay, advanced aerodynamics. No. High altitude flight. Alright, let's not get sidetracked there. So that tells me that any place I land on Minmus will be an allowable landing site, which is good for me. Alright, so let's go back to you. That's good. So what that tells me is I don't really have to worry about anything. Alright, so let's go into the Smart ASS. And let's go... let's see, I hate the fact that that doesn't... Now if I go advanced inertial and I execute it, what does that do to me? Okay, so that points me on my prograde. What if I go like that? That should put me onto my retrograde, right? Maybe. Let's hope. Let's hope it vaguely puts me onto my retrograde. Yes, okay. It does. That's a good thing for me. Beautiful. Okay. So let's go orbit. I kind of like where I am right now. Retrograde, please. And I want my surface info. Beautiful. Okay. Now, advanced. Execute. Okay. So now I have my vertical speed to worry about. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, let's pull up our landing information panel. And our surface info panel. We can get the maneuver planner out of the way. And we can hide Kerbal alarm clock. Let's cut all velocity. And this thing's going to wig out for a little bit until it figures itself out. Okay, so my surface horizontal is nearly stable. That's a good thing for me to know. Alright, so now let's separate, activate, get our gear down. Oh, really? You just cleared everything on me? Landing information, please. I need my surface information as well. Okay. So, now it's just a waiting game. Alright? Now it is just a waiting game. Now, I wonder if I set this to this, and I click that button. Oh, okay, no, that just limits my Excel, not, okay. So, and then I want to get you back out. Advanced mode. Surface velocity, execute. Oh, no, I want back. Much better. Okay. I'm just trying to get rid of as much of my surface horizontal velocity as I possibly can. Literally, just get rid of as much of it as possible. All right. Okay, there we go. And yes, so let's get ourselves a little bit of time warp going on here. That has to be, by the way, one of the most terrifying... I did it again. There we go. Just giving ourselves a little bit of time Excel so you guys don't have to sit through all of this crap. Alright, so we're going to do... What is it? Is it Alt, maybe? There we go. Physical type Excel for the win. And we're going to wait till a little bit before our computer tells us Okay, by the way, doing that too close to the planet is really bad. Yep. We're landing all right. Nope, just do a circular observation. Yeah, I can't do, like, suicide burn drops. I can't, my nerves cannot handle it. Like, they literally just cannot handle it. Alright. Start bleeding off some of that velocity. Stop that. And I'm not even looking at my visuals right now. I'm literally just watching the numbers on my screen here. Namely surface info right there. Oh, come on. Thunk. Beautiful. Okay. Look at that. Crew report. Okay, let's transmit the data. Let's do our materials study we brought along with us. Keep the data. EVA report. Oh yeah, I guess that should get extended now. Kerbal goes waddle, 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 waddle. And there we go. Ah, and it's Jeb, of course. EVA report, keep the data. Surface sample, keep the data. Plant the flag. First Minmus landing. Hey, you guys said there was ice cream up here. There we go. Of course, it does kind of look like mint, doesn't it? Oh, no, don't go underneath the spacecraft there, Jeb. Oh, gosh. Right, 0G, they connect. Whoa. Alright, let's, yeah, come on, Jeb. Let's stop screwing around here. I sense that getting Jeb onto this ladder is going to be an exercise in frustration. There we go. Alright. Alright, Jeb, let's get you back into the capsule. There we go. Let's see, what else can I do over here? Do my mystery goo. 50 science. A temperature scan. Keep that data. Alright, we have one more thing we could do here, which is if we put... Alright, first let's go to review our stored data. The EVA report can be transmitted. Right? Right. And the surface sample, though, has to be kept. Okay? So now, if I put Bill out on EVA, get him an EVA report. Okay. So that's not going to work, because there's no flying over here. Alright? So we've landed on Minmus. We were, in fact, successful in our launch profile. And now, let's go into our ascent guidance. Let's get rid of our landing, orbit info, and surface. Oops. How much do I have left in Delta V? 1,300? It's not bad. Alright, and now we want to set this on 180 orbital inclination, which puts me on a countergrade orbit, basically. So we're just going to hit engage autopilot, yank my gear back up, and get the ladder back up over here somehow. Yeah, it takes like no Delta V to get out of here. None whatsoever. 138 meters per second worth of Delta V. And the nice thing is, as you can tell, we have plenty of time to spend up here. So that was the Great Flats. That's pretty decent. And actually, I quite like the look of this lander, too, now that I think about it. And we're going to burn, just to circularize. Now, I have a couple options I can do here. Alright, if we look at getting back towards the planet, which is back there. Alright, the first thing I can do is I can create a maneuver node and just see how this works. Oops. Get rid of that, please. Add maneuver. And then see what this does to my curb and parry. Oh, I can get a re-entry protocol on this. So notice what I'm doing here, alright? I'm thrusting, if you look at my orbital information, that was pushing me off this way, right? Which is my prograde for my orbit. However, if you actually look at my relationship to Kerbin's SOI, that's actually slowing me down in relation to Kerbin. Remember, you can be speeding up in relation to Minmus and slowing down in relation to Kerbin. It's very important, and it took me weeks of playing this game to get that. And a lot of watching Scott Manley. A lot of watching Scott Manley. Alright, so let's go into orbital information. We'll set ourselves to a node. Ooh, what do I have here? Possible EVA report. Take that. EVA report. Nope. We still have the node. That's very good. Now, this node doesn't have to be precise, alright? So it's not a huge big deal for me. And we'll start our burn at 7. We'll start it now. Because you want to kind of feather these. Because right at the end here, it gets a little... Kill it. Cancel it. Set me back to my prograde. Let's see how we did. 80,000? Well... that should be close enough to a capture orbit. We're 7 days out from that. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so let me kill this, and let's take a look at what we can do now. An EVA report. Alright. EVA. Oh, okay. Keep data. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, let's look at review stored data, transmit that EVA report, and keep that data on the way for our way home. Alright, and what I'm also going to do is I'm going to open this up. I'm going to set that to globally on for this mission. Because the rest of this is literally me opening up Kerbal Alarm Clock and adding a maneuver node for an SOI transition. Alright, let's excel. Now, I should be fine. Yeah, my waste heat's fine. Whoa, look at that. Alright, we are in Kerbin's sphere of influence. And let's just pick back up to our time Excel. I don't think there's any more science that could be grabbed up here, but that's okay. Whoa. Okay, no, we're still on course. Alright. Oh, okay. Yep, that's that. Alright. So let's close this out, and let's switch over to the Duna Explorer. That's fine, because this guy... he's going into Kerbin's atmosphere anyways, so there's no big deal there. Alright, Duna Explorer, let's take a look at this. We are now in our window. So, Duna, set as target. Now, I want to be doing what in relationship to the sun? I want to be speeding up. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Beautiful. It'll put me about 30 million. So I just want to get as close as I possibly can here. So it's 17 million, 12 million. Alright, that looks like it's going to be about as close as I'm going to get it. Ooh, 3 million. 2 million. 9 million. 7 million. 18 million. 13 million. Okay, this is something that could be useful here. Hold on. There we go. Prograde. Okay, let's go down to 0.1. This is literally maybe altering my radial a little bit will help. Heyo. Okay. There we go. Now, this maneuver note's precise enough that I'm actually going to let MacJeb do this. Now... Why do I have control? Alright. No, there we go. It's starting to move slowly. It's starting to move very, very slowly. Oh, yeah, okay, because it doesn't have any... Oh, let me check my delta V stats. Okay, so I have enough... I could definitely take the edge off with this primary stage here. If I had a nuclear rocket on this thing, it would be significantly easier to do this, but... Remember to put RCS on it for that matter. So, alright, this is going to be on its way. This burn is not going to take that long. However, probably I'm going to have to do a maneuver adjustment at some point in the nearby future. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to do a maneuver node adjustment at some point in the near, not too distant future to deal with this thing. Probably mid-orbit somewhere, I'll have to swap some stuff around. I also realized that this thing is probably not going to be able to land under parachutes alone, which was my original intent, and then allowing it to lift back off using the delta V on the primer in stage 1. So I just realized I wouldn't be able to do that after I checked some math on it, but that's fine. We'll just have to live with that. So what I'm probably going to do here is I'm going to let this thing maneuver for you guys on camera. And then I'm going to be... We'll bring our orbiter back this mission. So why don't I come back for you guys after this burn, because it's just a burn. There's nothing special about it. If something weird or finicky happens, I'll let you know. Alright, be right back. Alright, and as you guys can see, we got a boatload of science from this operation. Including some bonus stuff when we got back, recovery vessel from Minmus, that sort of stuff. But we got 878 science. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what I'm going to do with all this stuff. Well, the first thing I want to get is... yeah, we'll go with nukes. We'll get nukes. Alright, nukes are a good thing. And, ooh, advanced nuclear stuff, too. Do I want this? What does this give me? Modular girders, big stack separators, quad couplers, docking washers. Ooh. Okay. We have advanced aerodynamics, which is pretty cool. We have high altitude flight, which is kind of cool, too. But we don't really have the tech yet for that sort of stuff. We could do unmanned tech, but we just sent a probe out there. We could do ion propulsion. Large electrics would be really useful, too. Or do we want to get more... more science? Science. Let's go with... Alright, well, let's do this one first. Let's get that. There we go. And I don't know if I want landing gear yet, or do I want... Oh, decisions. I have no idea what I want here. Let's go with large electrics, because that actually gives us the big electric generators, which I'll need to start on some other stuff. Oh, okay. Advanced unmanned tech. Inline probes, more mech jeb, and some more remote guidance units. Rechargeable batteries, the isotope. Ooh, and we get beamed power there. That's pretty sweet. I like that. I like that a lot. We're still missing that actuators thing. I'm kind of ignoring it for right now because I don't want to deal with it. Alright, anyways, guys, this has been Mr. Kassarian. I want to thank you guys for watching. And we're going to probably come back in the next episode and do some more launches and some more stuff. So, as always, guys, happy flying.